Hola class, how we doing? I am Dr. Dano, and this is our first foray start, whatever you want to call it, into our summer class, an elective. Sales Management, WB stands for web-based. This is a fully online class, meaning you'll see a number of videos like this throughout the semester. The purpose of this video is to set us up. This is like coming to the first class where you get to see the professor and you see your classmates and the syllabus gets passed out and we find about all the wonderful things we're going to do this semester. Today we are going to do that virtually, as we're going to do with all our classes this semester. Okay? The best thing to probably do is to start with the syllabus. Oh. Why isn't my... Oh, there it is. Okay, syllabus. As I said, I am Dr. Dano. This is one of my offices. And also 549 as well. My phone number is listed here, but absolutely the best way in the world to get a hold of me is email. Okay? For this class, we are going to need a book. It's available at the bookstore. Hopefully you can get an online e-version of it. It is available on Amazon too. But yes, you need this book without question. So the goal of this class is to discuss sales management. On the undergraduate level, I do professional selling. Okay? Professional selling is, this is how to sell. Sales management is, this is how to run a sales force. You know, you are the manager of a sales force. One of the reasons why I enjoy doing the sales management course on the MBA level is this specifically goes more to an MBA wheelhouse, meaning even if you're not managing salespeople, probably 70 to 80% of everything that we're going to talk about this semester is still going to work if you're managing any team. Okay, this is primarily a business-to-business context. Okay, so throughout this course, we're going to be looking at customer-oriented behaviors. We're going to talk about sales promotion strategies. We're going to talk about outcome and behavioral-based control systems. Without question ethics, without question motivation, without question stress. How should we allocate our resources as a sales manager? Again, we have ethics again, but this is with regards to evaluating. We'll do some training. We'll definitely talk about attitudes and behaviors. And we will definitely touch on some leadership styles and the salesperson's well-being. So here's the core. This is what you guys are going to be have the most questions. Course components: a journal, a paper, 2 cases, class participation. All right. Let's talk about the easiest of these 4 cases. There will be 2 written cases for this semester, and as per the course evaluation, this is half your grade. Each case is worth 25% of your total grade. That's an awful lot. Each one of these cases is an individual assignment. You will do these individually. The cases are in the textbook. You can start reading them now if you really would like to. The questions are not in the textbook. I will give you the questions that I would like you to respond to. But the cases themselves are in the textbook. This is 50% of our grade. Journal. At the end of the semester, each student in class will turn in an individual journal to me. A journal is your big nuggets, your takeaways. Okay? What you really thought was interesting from the course. It's not a summary. It's not a highlight. It's not an outline of everything we did. it's really the biggest and best things that you like. This is not an essay. This is not prose. They tend to be bullets. Okay? Now, not to be confused, I'm going to talk about the weekly team journal in a minute. Just hold that thought. All right? Paper. You are going to do a reflection paper for this class. A reflection paper is your opinion upon how a bunch of other material fits in with our text, basically. In previous semesters and in previous classes, I would have everyone in this class select some particular book and then see how that book would align with our class materials. This time I'm doing the opposite, actually. Instead, this time I'm giving you a book as required materials. That's the Johnson and Marshall textbook here. This is our required textbook. I forgot to mention that Greg Marshall is actually one of my professors that I had for 3 classes. I actually know Professor Johnson pretty well as well. Greg's a great guy. If you look at my curriculum vitae or Google me and Greg Marshall, I think we have 3 or 4 papers. At least 3 that we wrote together. One that I really, really would like to get back to as well. Do a second version of it. Okay. So, I have a series of articles that they're already loaded up on the Blackboard. I will show you in a minute. But you're going to read these academic articles, and then you're going to write a paper about, in your opinion, how do these articles, which are very, very, very recent, align with or not align with what you really liked in the text or not liked in the text. That's the reflection paper. So, 2 cases, an individual journal, a reflection paper, and class participation. Okay, I know the syllabus here says 10% of your grade. It really should be 20% of your grade. Okay? 20% of your grade depends on performance, okay? Now, you're wondering in an online class, how the hell are we going to do this, right? Right? You're nodding your head like this. Well, I'm going to show you a schedule in a minute. And I've already divided the class into 5 teams. And your teamwork is your participation grade. At the end of the semester, you will do a team evaluation. It's a very important evaluation. I take that into account, and I also take into account the amount of stuff you guys do on a week-to-week basis for your weekly deliverable. And that's your class participation grade. So just to review again, we have a journal, we have a paper, we have 2 cases, and we have class/team participation. Sorry, I'm not helping you with begging and sympathy. It all adds up to 100%. Okay, so here we go. The schedule is very important because the schedule is very tight. Okay, so take a look. I also want you to think about this class, even though it's a web class, it's an online class. You need to think about this class as still being a Tuesday night class that meets. It just meets virtually. So tonight is our first meeting. We're doing the intro, the overview, and also you need to catch up with Chapter 1. It sets the stage for the rest of the semester. Now, between the 19th and the 26th, this is when you get into your teams, and on the 26th, Chapter 2 and 3 are going to be complete. By 6 p.m. on the 26th, I get a team journal from you guys. That means your team does 2 things. You list, highlight, review chapters 1 and 2 and 3, and most importantly, at the end of each chapter, you write your questions to me about stuff that didn't make any sense. And then I will create a video. not only highlighting chapters 2 and 3, but also answering your questions that you guys presented in your weekly team journal. Tuesday the 2nd, we finish up chapters 4 and 5. The second team journal is due. Thursday the 4th, you see that? Thursday the 4th, case 1 is due. Case 1 is due. This is an individual assignment. Case 1 will be about information from chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay? And then we go back to our Tuesday schedule. We have 3 chapters, 6, 7, and 8. We have a journal due. We have chapters 9, 10, and 11. We have a journal due. We have chapters 12 and 13. We have a journal due. That's a Tuesday. On a Thursday, the 25th, we have our paper due. The following Tuesday, we have our last case due. The following the next Thursday, we have our individual journal due. And we are done, and we call it a semester. Let me go up and minimize this. So let's look at Blackboard. I tried to set up Blackboard in an orderly fashion. I had a lot of help, by the way. I know it says begin here. Come on. Load. This is really a technology check and some information and background about Blackboard, resources, tips, a discussion board, way to get help. All right. Faculty information. This is the same that's listed on the syllabus. Look at this ugly guy over here. Again, the best way to get a hold of me is via email. Course information. These are the summary description, the prerequisites, and the stuff that we just went through on the syllabus. I know this says it's $230. It's not $230. You can get this in Amazon for under 70 bucks. Hopefully the bookstore has an ebook available that's at a very affordable price. I don't know how much it is, to be honest with you. Syllabus and calendar. Here is the syllabus right here for you to download your own copy. This is the calendar that we just walked through. Journals. This is just some ancillary resources for your own preview. Some of my favorites. Okay, let's go back to here. This is a big deal. This is where the heart of everything is. The May 19th overview. So let me do something real quick. All right. Move this up. So here's the May 19th overview. Okay, Chapter 1. There's actually PowerPoint for Chapter 1. And the PowerPoint might help you form your outline from your team journal notes that you have to turn in. I'm going to get to the team assignments in a second. I have them. Did I close that? No, I didn't close that. Let me just talk about it now. Let me not go through there. So here's the document that says team assignments. I have team A, B, C, D, and E. These are not in any particular order, so don't be afraid that you're A or C or E or D or B or whatever. I have 3 teams of 3, 2 teams of 4. I do have a confederate on each one of these teams pretty much. For instance, Megan was in my spring class. She did a team journal. She knows the flow and what the expectations are. I can say the same for Christine. Marie had me before. Lang also had me in the spring. Christine had me in the spring. Shen had me before and has done a journal. Allison had me in the spring. So on each team, there is someone that can help the team start their team journal and kind of knows what I am expecting from a both outline, nugget standpoint, and also a question standpoint. But here is our teams. Let me see if I can blow this up a little bit. Hopefully some of you guys know each other. If not, you'll get to meet each other a whole lot. I highly suggest, as soon as you can, to start getting yourself a little email group together or however else you want to organize yourselves. Okay? Those are your teams. That is blank. We don't need that. So here's your team assignments. Now, the reflection paper. I decided to put the reflection paper articles here just because it's the first week and I figured this was a good spot. You are required to read these three, required A, B, and C. Everyone in class has to read these three. Beyond these three, you need to pick three more from either A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, or I. So you have a bunch. My suggestion is you read the three required. We wait until we get a couple chapters in, or you get a little feel for things, and then you take a look on which one of the pick ones seem most interesting to you. Okay? So in total, you're going to read 6 articles for your reflection paper. Right? 3 required, and then you're going to pick 3 from a selection of 8 or 9. So 6 total. Pick 3, required 3. All right? Remember, the reflection paper is an individual project. One of the other things that I wanted to accomplish with this class is not only give you a set of tools that will help you in managing a team or a sales force. This class, through the reflection paper, I'm going to have an extra little bit of a slant or emphasis on the transition to social and digital selling. And that's what these articles are. They're mostly social or digital in nature. Like here's a CRM one. These are all social media-esque ones. And how social media is changing the information in chapters 1 through 13. There is very little social or digital anything mentioned here in these chapters. Little. Tangentially at best. Okay? Let's go into May 26th. May 26th, next week, I have the 2 PowerPoint chapters here, but this is also where you upload your team journal for me to go find. Okay? June 2nd. That's where your team journal goes, and here's your other 2 PowerPoints. I still need to load the PowerPoints for these particular chapters, but they're a couple weeks away. I at least have the first 5 chapters up for you in PowerPoint fashion. Deliverables. This is where case 1 is going to go. This is where case 2 goes. This is where your reflection paper goes. This is where your individual journal goes. Okay? And again, case 1 and case 2 are in the textbook. You get the textbook. Not only do you have the chapter, you also have the 2 cases. All right? I don't have anything else here that I really need to show you. And that really is all my overview things that I wanted to get to. So let's summarize in a second. I'm Dr. Dano. This is an online class. We are going to meet on Tuesday nights. The best way to get a hold of me is via email. You are in teams. Teams are important. You will do a lot of your weekly assignments in teams, particularly your weekly journal. For this week, you're going to read chapter 1. For next week, I'm only looking for chapter 2 and 3 journal. Okay, you don't have to, unless you really want to do 1, you don't have to. Okay? We're going to do a journal, a paper, 2 cases, and class participation. This schedule, will not change. It can't change. We don't have very much margin for error this semester. Okay, outside of that, I'm good. Please watch the video. Please take a look at this again. I will happily answer questions all this week. Let me know how I can be helpful. Thanks.